Howdy y'all, Austin here. Proof that caffeine and confidence, it's a dangerous combo.
Real talk, real laughs, real Austin.
Not all love stories begin with candlelight. Ours began with two turbocharged F-150s and my old Chevy Equinox sitting in the driveway crying. Meet Spur. Dark gray, moody, dramatic, basically a black cat with horsepower. Meet Estrella. White, shiny, and dependable. The golden retriever of trucks. We're gay, we drive F-150s, and somewhere a straight guy's Oakley's just fogged up. But I get it. From the outside, I look like your typical run-of-the-mill straight cowboy. Until I open my mouth. I drive an F-150, wear boots, rock a cowboy hat. So people walk up to me and think, yep, just another straight dude. They talk to me for 5 seconds and it's like, instant plot twist. Straight men will walk right up to me like we're about to bro out. Hey, yo, bro, how you doing? And then they find out I'm gay and suddenly it's, well, don't hit on me. Relax, bro. I have standards. You're safe. And yeah, Spur might be tall, long, but I'm not overcompensating. I know what I got, and I know what I don't got. What I do have is the ability to hit a curb in a perfectly good, wide open parking lot. Because I'm gay. Women are even funnier. They'll get all flirty and giggly, and then the JJ does a full reversal. Oh, nope, he's gay. But listen, Spur isn't my first rodeo. My truck history is, let's just say it's humbling. I used to drive a Chevy. It was fine. It was functional. Kind of like a guy who applies K. But then Spur came along. Turbocharged, loud, slightly unhinged. Kind of like me. The day I traded in that Chevy Equinox, I swear I heard a sigh of relief. It was like, finally, he went with something that has a little bit more horsepower. I guess you could say I traded up from a Chevy Equinox to a Ford F-150. Get it? Equinox? Yeah, I'll fix it out. You know what really gets me about living in America? We're supposed to be this advanced first world country, yet my truck has better systems than our healthcare and government combined. I'm literally wondering if I'll ever get to marry my boyfriend. Meanwhile, the government is more worried about who has the most voting districts than taking guns out of our schools. Oh, and felons can run for office, but they can't vote for who's in office? Make that make sense. But my personal favorite American moment was the time I went to the ER thinking I was having a stroke. So here I am, 28 years old, normally healthy, presenting with 8 of the 10 signs of a stroke. Arms heavy, vision's blurry, light sensitivity, face feeling weird. It was like my body was saying, surprise, you're the season finale. I rushed to the ER thinking I would get seen immediately. But nope, I sat in the waiting room for what felt like an eternity. It was actually 6 hours. But it was 6 hours waiting for the doctor. While I'm sitting there in the waiting room, basically contemplating on whether or not I should be writing my will, this gentleman, oh bless his heart, is pacing on the phone. Well enough to be doing laps and catching up calls. He checks in and gets seen before I do. I was literally sitting there like, what the actual hell? Here's the kicker. In the time it took me to be seen, I could have driven an hour away, got seen, and driven back. That's not healthcare, that's a road trip with paperwork. Finally, after 6 hours, they run some tests, give me some meds, and tell me I'm going to be fine. And I'm sitting there like, well, thanks, Doc. But why does my bank account look like it just got mugged? $1,600 freaking dollars, all for a migraine. A freaking migraine that decided to cosplay as a stroke. And as if our healthcare system isn't embarrassing enough, straight men still think catcalling is a good idea. Let's talk about it. So, F-150s are supposed to be a straight man's truck. You know, lifted, covered in American flag decals, blasting country music about beer and women. So it's like the algorithm glitched. We're the software update they didn't ask for, but desperately needed. And just like that, the truck stereotype bleeds into the man stereotype, especially when it comes to how they treat their women. Straight men, we need to have a talk. Catcalling women doesn't make you look cute and confident. It makes you look like a walking red flag with bad posture. And here's the thing. Every time you do it, you make the rest of us men look bad. You're not just embarrassing yourself, you're lowering the bar for the rest of us. It's like that question, if you were trapped in the woods, would you rather be trapped with a bear or a man? Way too often, women are choosing the bear. So congrats. You're losing to a wild animal that eats out of a trash can and sleeps in the ditch. Cut it out. No, seriously, cut it out. You were not auditioning for Animal Planet. But don't worry, I'm too gay to steal those women. I just show them how they should be treated on the day to day. Meanwhile, my relationship's just fine. Probably because our trucks match our personalities perfectly.
I'm not here for likes. I'm here to be noticed.
I just want to make sure everyone gets home safe.
I'm somewhere in between. It just depends on if I've had coffee yet. Spurs me. Moody, sarcastic, unpredictable. Estrella is him. Warm, dependable, the kind of guy that remembers the jumper cables. Together, we just work like the perfect tailgate alignment. And yet, somehow, I still have a boyfriend. Well, that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Unless I get canceled first. So like, comment, and subscribe so you can say you knew me before it all went downhill.